Ladies and gentlemen, we are very excited to greet you today. Thank you so much for joining us at Robots and Hardware Unicorn Battle. Before we'll start, I would like to give the floor to my wonderful colleague, Anna Fedorova, who is CEO at Unicorn.Events. Anna, the floor is yours.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming today. Thank you, Julia, for such a wonderful introduction. I'm so happy to see you, everyone, because we are here for start of new season. We had already 2 battles previously, but today you are here witnessing the best startups pitching live and great investors within a reach. You are at Unicorn.Events, the world's largest startup pitch contest. Welcome, everyone. This season, we are doing industry-focused battles. Everything you like, extraordinary innovations and solutions in AI, health tech, robotics, e-commerce, some other industries, every Thursday this fall. And we are here today for the Unicorn Battle for robotics and hardware startups. Our great official judges and expert board will be evaluating startups' investment potential. And at the end, we will have a winner announced. We are live and broadcasting to the whole world. Please share the links with your community so everyone can see you online. Our event is happening thanks to our sponsors. We greatly appreciate our Platinum Sponsor Network VC, the management company of our global ecosystem and main center of our venture activity. And you can explore an amazing opportunity to become a partner at our venture fund. Scan please this QR code for the details. Thanks to our golden sponsor, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, and accredited investors, this message is for you. If you want to invest into the startups that win our unicorn battles, together with other VCs and business angels, scan this QR code to go to our event page and join us to participate in great deals. Thanks also to our silver sponsor, Startup Inc., an investment onboarding and management platform to get an access to the exclusive deals worldwide. We are scanning our planet to bring you extraordinary innovations from all over the world. Only the best startups make it to Unicorn Battles live. We receive lots and lots of applications and choose 10, sometimes 11, maybe 12 startups, but not more. And the winner of today's online Unicorn Battle will participate in the Unicorn Cup Finals, December 1st. It will be a great happening with VCs, prominent startups from all over the world. So please mark the date in your calendar and make sure you are there. Unicorn.Events is an open competition where successful startups pitch for private investors, corporations, and venture funds. We are the world's largest startup pitch competition by geography and the number of the events held already. We shed a light on the best startups since 2009 and do our events on a regular basis all over the world, online and offline. Join us to see the best solutions and meet great personalities. We are proud to be leading a great community of prominent startups, top VCs, and business angels. And we don't stand in the middle and just love when investors find great deals right here. We had witnessed a lot of this. And that is why our numbers are so impressive. We ask only dear startups, please remember about us and shoot our venture fund or us directly a note. And probably and most likely our venture fund will join the deal to sign up to our LinkedIn and YouTube communities to see the best innovations and meet great personalities. Because one of our unfair advantages is a great network of our partners that do unicorn pitches with us. That is state, country, or city pitch event for local startups that give them a better chance to meet top VCs or corps from all over the world. If you lead a startup community and we haven't been introduced yet, please contact me directly and we'll do business together. We are open to explore synergies to help startups and investors to play a more significant role in a global ecosystem. Join our partners network that is covering the whole planet, from the USA to Singapore, from Australia and Arctica to Canada. So welcome once again to the Unicorn Battle for Startups in Robotics and Hardware. And let's see what great discoveries we're going to have today, because our wonderful host is the CEO of our Unicorn.Events, our wonderful Julia Salenko, and everything is in your hands, Julia.
Thank you, Anna, for so kind and wonderful introduction. It's my pleasure to be with all of you today. I would like to give a huge thanks to our partners who supported our Robots and Hardware Unicorn event today. Lighthouse Ventures, GSD Venture Studios, Silicon Valley in Your Pocket, The Accelerator with Michael Conniff, Reciprocity ROI, and ITK Media. Guys, you are great. Thank you so much. Today we have special category of judges, and I would like Anna to help me with the introduction.
Yes, my pleasure, Julia. Yes, we have 4 categories of votes that play a role in who will be the winner. We have business angels who will be voting separately, expert board, our judges who will be voting separately, corporations and official judges. Those great guys represent not only venture fund or some other entity, but also they represent a big community that plays a great role in the country they're from. But I would like to start with the founder and CEO of our global ecosystem and CEO at Network VC, Alexander Soroka, who is representing the whole planet because he's representing our global community. Hi, Alexander.
Hello, Anna. Hello, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I'm really glad to be here today. Another event, great event. And about our fund, usually we invest up to $1 million US, no more. We are industry agnostic, so we can invest in any startup. But we prefer to invest in late seed or around A stages, mostly with some exclusions. And we are also geographically agnostic. So we have some investments in Latin America, Asia, Europe, Middle East. So that's all about our fund.
Wonderful. Thank you, Alexander, for being here. And please meet a wonderful woman, a great friend of ours from wonderful Canada, Kelly Luo. She's founder and investor at Months International. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Anna. Thank you, Alex and Julia, for inviting me. It's always been my pleasure to participate in Unicorn Battle events. Hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Luo. I'm the founder and investor of Months International based in Toronto, Canada. We are interested in B2B tech companies with AI, robotics, IoT, and advanced materials solutions in the manufacturing, smart living, and medical sectors. Our average check size ranges from $500,000 to $1 million. So all the best to everyone. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Kelly, for coming. And please meet official judge representing the USA, Jim Thomas. He's partner at Karinaga Partners and also a great friend of ours who loves space.
all things space. Great to always be with you guys. I'm calling in today from Asheville, North Carolina. And just as Alexander was saying, the world has moved so global for so many different reasons. And so, of course, we look at opportunities across the US, but really around the world and really in emerging markets like Europe and Africa. We love investing in technology that makes the human experience better. Clean air, clean water, clean tech, clean energy. But we feel previously, if you were involved with an impact fund doing social good, you had to take a hit on the investment side or the upside. And now we just think it's more of an addressable market as we start to look from a global perspective. So it's just a great time to be alive that that great investments can do to do good for the planet. So great to be with you guys.
Great to have you. Thank you, Jim. And please welcome our also wonderful friend of Unicorn Events. I love you all. Thank you all for coming. It's so nice to see you. Gabriel Zanko from Colombia. Gabriel is a venture partner at Urano Capital and CEO at Mobile Your Life. Wow, Gabriel, hi.
Thank you, Anna. Great to see you as always, and Julia and all the judges. And, you know, as I always say, it's good to be here to learn from startups. And yes, I'm based in Colombia, between Colombia and Switzerland. I've been advising, investing, researching technologies the last 6-7 years. And my focus is right now more a deep tech approach, meaning tackling these complex scientific solutions that could be in space, in advanced materials, but also with a huge impact focus globally, and also paying attention to decentralized networks and all the capital that is going in that direction and how that can be intersected with the other technologies. So happy to be here, and good luck to the startups. And yeah, great. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Gabriel, and please welcome wonderful official judge from represented United Arab Emirates, Walid Al-Bashir. He is managing partner at Unicorn Ventures.
Hi, everybody. Is glad to be with fellow judges and startup founders today. And I'm Walid Al-Bashir. I'm the managing partner of Unicorn Ventures. Our firm support industry for startups across Middle East and Africa. And I'm wishing best of luck for all the contestants today.
Thank you. Thank you, Walid, so much. And please welcome our friend from wonderful country, India, Gaurav Shah. He's managing partner of Arieta Ventures. Hello, Gaurav. Always great to see you.
Likewise, Anna. Hello. Hi, Alex. Hello, everyone. All the fellow judges and all the participants. I'm Gaurav, managing partner at Ventures. We are investment and an institutional advisory firm. So happy to be a part of this event, and I look forward to listening to all the wonderful pitches.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. Please make sure that you are heard really good, because it's kind of not very, the sound is not very smooth.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's better. That's much better.
All
We
right.
heard everything. Yes, well, wonderful to have you with us. And Julia, now back to you, because we have also a representative of corporations today, Luca Gianna Baumhauer. She's representing MasterCard. That is also looking for innovations. I don't know if she has plugged in yet or not.
It seems that still not.
Okay, then let's go to
again. Then Luca will connect.
Yes, so let's go to our wonderful expert board then.
Let's greet our expert board judges, whose votes will define who will be the winner today. They all are well-known venture professionals who play a crucial role in startup ecosystem. Dear judges, I would like to invite you to represent yourself shortly. Please click raise a hand button and you will be given a floor to speak. Any volunteers to represent yourself? Yeah, please, Vivian.
Thanks, Julia, for having me. I'm the GP and founding partner at Sequoia Ventures. We are an early stage fund which invests in the built environment. We invest in various themes across sustainability, across robotics, analytics, anything that can improve the quality of the built environment, whether it's in terms of decarbonization, whether it's in terms of affordable housing, productivity in the various processes across design, construction, or operations. We are 3 GPs. I'm based in San Francisco. My partners are based in Madrid and Singapore. And we invest in early stage from pre-seed to Series A and write checks up to $2.5 million. Great to be here. And growing up as a robotics engineer, so robotics is a personal passion area. So really happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Vivin, for joining us. Jordan.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. And if it's not a good morning, it's going to be today because we are all here. I'm Jordan Wabe with the Silicon Valley Venture Group, also honored to be part of the Network VC. We invest in early stage company, pre-Series A and seed, as well as Series A. Write checks between $30,000 to $300,000, and we only invest in companies that improve the human condition, tech only. If you are pitching today, you are blessed and lucky, and you have a big obligation to impress us all. There's hundreds of people watching you, so no pressure. But for whatever it takes, make this one count, because you'll never know if you get the chance again. And for Jim, we have a referendum in California. We still want you back. So get back over here, because California still wants Connecticut.
We got some nice place in Florida for you, Jordan.
No. Get back over here.
I'll be back out there soon enough. Hopefully we can get together in person.
Thank you so much, Jordan. You're very, very positive and happy as usual. Thank you. Dear Paul Aver, the floor is yours.
Yeah, good evening, good morning to you from Dubai. We're a multifamily group with offices in California and Dubai. Extremely interested in hardware and robotics topic. Pretty much can start with very early stage from $100,000 and probably go up to $50 million. Quite agile and flexible in terms of mandate. We have about 25 families from the Middle East as our core investors, plus sort of additional network that we could reach. Very excited to be here. Look forward for great presentations, and hopefully we can get a potential portfolio company from today's discussion. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Paul. It's our pleasure to have you on board. Dear Michal Lasotsky, please. Michal, please check, maybe you are muted. Yeah, please unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now you're audible, yeah.
Hi, my name is Michal. I'm co-managing EEC Ventures, which is a 50 million fund from Poland. We invest into two verticals. Number one is Industry 4.0, very broadly defined. And another area is green transition, clean energy, and anything that helps the planet. So that's for us what we do. And we welcome all the participants, and I wish them good luck.
Thank you, Michal. Thanks for joining us. Please, Federico Gianetti, the floor is yours.
Hello, thank you to everybody. Two words from me. I lead the investments of a single family office into blockchain and climate tech investments with this particular focus. And our ticker of investments is around 150 to 1 million euros. So basically, we can invest all over the world, and very interesting in the application also in the robot and hardware into the blockchain environment and in the supply chain. Thank you to everybody.
Thank you so much. Dear Pavel, the floor is yours.
Hey, everybody. It's good to be here with Almas Capital. We're in early stage VC, investing in late seed Series A, and normal checks between 1 and 10 million. We can lead around, we can follow. Happy to interact, and good luck to everybody.
Thank you so much, Pavel. Dear Peter, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm looking forward to these pitches. I'm Peter. I'm based in Singapore, just past midnight, so hopefully I'll be able to stay on until the end. Myself, I graduated in robotics and artificial intelligence, so this is one of the fields that is my passion. Our venture firm focuses on the deep tech and med tech. Size of a checks vary based on the opportunity. Generally focus on the seed, pre-Series A and Series A. Good luck to everyone. Looking forward to pitches. Thank you, and glad to see all the familiar faces. Hey, Jordan, bro, good to see you again.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for joining us in the midnight. We appreciate it. Thank you. And the floor is given to Utpal, please.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Utpal Doshi. I'm partner at 100x.vc. We are an early stage VC investing in pre-seed rounds, and I'm also partner leading corporate venture capital. We are basically investing in India and across. So look forward to a lot of action today. Look forward to a lot of interesting stuff today, and wishing all the very best to all the participants.
Thank you, Paul, for joining us. Thank you so much. So, dear judges, it's time to tell a few words about our voting process. So, you'll receive your personal voting link on your email. Please click it to be redirected to the landing page. Be sure that you are logged in under your profile and you see the logos and the numbers beneath. So you have to just put a mark evaluating investment potential of startup, where 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest mark. So you do not need to press any submission button, and you can change your mind until the voting will be closed. In case you have any questions or expecting any issues, please contact our support team in chat and they will help you. Before we start our pitch session, I would like to remind startups founders that you'll have 3 minutes for pitch and 3 minutes for Q&A. We also recommend not to mention any fundraising out loud because we are broadcasting live and some countries may have restrictions in this regard. So feel free to use our Zoom chat or any other channels of communication in this particular reason. Today, we have great top 10 startups from different countries, and I would like to invite our first startup, Robot Juice and Emery Nager.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Let me just share my screen here. Let me know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, awesome. You can start.
All right, cool. I'll jump in. Nice to meet you guys. My name's Emery Nager. I'm the leader of business at RoboJuice. We're based out of San Francisco, California, and we manufacture humanoid robots for the fast casual restaurant industry. So as you may know, we're actually experiencing a huge amount of labor shortage across the world right now, especially in the United States, where turnover for kind of low minimum wage sort of jobs is very intense. A lot of restaurants are experiencing people never showing up at all for jobs, kind of turnover every few weeks. And labor is one of the most expensive costs of actually running a restaurant business. So this is a very big issue for a lot of companies. What we've developed actually is a standalone robotic station that actually does the work of one whole restaurant much cheaper and more efficiently. It actually only requires 1 person part-time to operate, as opposed to the typical 8 to 10 people required to run a typical restaurant. And we've been seeing a tremendous amount of demand for this product. We've actually already signed contracts for 31 units. These are 5-year contracts we're signed as well, too. Total contract value of the first contract we signed is actually 4.7 million. And that doesn't actually include a revenue share, which I'll get into as well, too. We also have had demand for additional 300 units, which represents potential revenue of actually $51 million. We're seeing demand from a huge amount of different types of people, including actually world governments, military bases, and a whole bunch of other areas as well, too. So it's a $93 billion market we're targeting. We can acquire a significant portion of that. There's a whole variety just besides restaurants to expand to as well, too. For example, airports, stadiums. One angel investor we have right now is actually helping us get into MLB stadiums. So we're super excited about that. So there's a huge amount of expansion possibility here. In comparison with like running a traditional smoothie business, the investment cost is far lower. Our pricing breaks down where we actually charge $50,000 as a leasing fee upfront for the unit. An average rent, since the unit is only about the size of a small car, like a Honda Civic or so, is only around $500 a month, One location we have here in main part of San Francisco, one of the most expensive cities in the world, it's actually only $500 a month as opposed to typical $6-8 grand that you'd be paying for a location. Furthermore, the margin increases significantly for companies as well too, and the preparation time is reduced. In addition to our $50,000 leasing fee, we also charge a $2,000 a month robotics as a service fee, and we actually take a 10% revenue share. And that 10% revenue share is actually collected at the time of the card swipe, which reduces our need to actually go through billing and everything like that. And what's really interesting is that our margins are actually close to 90%, which is actually unheard of in hardware. So it only costs us around 26 grand to produce one of these units, and we get paid back incredibly quickly on that. So the scalability we have is insane. So with the 300 units we have, when we scale it up even more, we're looking at hundreds of millions of dollars in contract value, which represents, with the typical 40 to 50x multiple for robotics companies, a huge, huge potential valuation in the multi-billions. So we're excited about that. Right now, we're working with quite a few customers like Komodo Superfoods, Bataya Foods. We're in conversations with Chipotle as well too. We're signing a contract with Sodexo to support universities and military bases across the world. We also are working with other large companies and world governments, including actually the government of Dubai, which is pretty exciting, and a few other ones across the Middle East. So very excited about that too. Our team is pretty stacked. Our main founder has 10 years of experience in the food industry.
Sorry, it's time.
Sounds good. No worries. Thank you. Cheers. Any questions?
Yeah, dear judges, you're welcome to ask your questions. I see the first question from Walid.
Hey, Walid, how's it going?
Hi, Emory. Great presentation. I think great approach to solve an issue. My question regarding the production and scaling, since we see the unit is a bit bulky, how are you going to address the production and logistic in a global market,
Great question. Yeah, so for the ones that are actually going to be shipped to other countries, we actually include in the contracts that they pay all delivery costs as well too right now, since we don't really need to worry about international shipping and everything else like that. So that's something we've kind of worked into those contracts to make it a little bit easier on us. As far as manufacturing right now, we have a factory in San Carlos and a team of 11 hardware engineers, a few software engineers as well too, who are very, very experienced in the robotics industry. And we're building there right now. We're also going to expand out a few other locations as well too. But yeah, definitely why we're raising capital right now in our seed round is to scale up manufacturing so we can produce units a lot faster, meet this high demand we're seeing.
What about service and maintenance? Both sell,
I'm sorry, what was that?
Service and maintenance, after sale services and maintenance.
Yeah, absolutely. So the nice part is that the materials we're using are actually rated to much higher tolerances than we actually have. So we do have the $2,000 a month fee, which goes into that. And we don't expect to necessarily have to use too much of that for maintenance. But in the event we did, the 24 grand a year should be more than enough to cover it. And we don't actually anticipate having much maintenance. One unit we've been running consistently here in San Francisco for 6 months straight has no issues that whole time.
Thank you.
Yeah, any other questions?
Yeah, we have a question from Jim Thomas, please.
Great presentation. It's obviously a cool space. And how do you put, talk a little bit about competition, and then how do you put things like Tesla's Optimus robot in context, or how do you view things like that?
Absolutely. So we have one main competitor known as Blended. They've taken a slightly different approach to attacking the market. I think we actually have a much better way of going about it. Our units are actually 1/3 of the cost of Blended. If you compare our units to things like CafeX, for example, which have a slightly different business model, we're actually 1/5 of the cost. So we've actually found a way through some smart source and actually through our connections with Nick's founder, Nick, that we've been able to reduce their costs down significantly less and kind of undercut the market quite a bit. So that's one of the reasons why we compete very heavily with them as well. As far as other things like Tesla's robot, I think that we are definitely quite a bit more specialized than that. Instead of kind of going for a more generous robot that specializes in anything, we're focused on specifically the food industry, and quite frankly, making something that really appeals to consumers at the end of the day. Instead of simply like a disembodied robotic arm that's moving around, we chose to make something with a face. We're actually going to make it engage with consumers a lot more. We're actually going to add speaker systems as well too. That way people can communicate with it, because ultimately we wanted it to be engaged and experience for the consumer. Because we are a B2B company, but at the end of the day, people are going to be purchasing from the robot directly.
Thank you. Thank you. As the
And
time is
you
up.
might have said, just a quick thought, how many units can you produce monthly or yearly?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now it's around 6 units per month, but we're looking to scale that up significantly. And with our capital raise, we want to scale that up to much, much higher.
Great. Appreciate it, Emery. Thank you.
Of course, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emery. It was Startup Robot Juice.
you.
Dear judges, I remind you that you have to put marks to all participants. Otherwise, your vote would not be counted by the system. And I would like to invite our next startup Robco from Germany, and Roman.
Hey, this is actually not Roman. This is Tilman dialing in from Munich. Hope you can hear me well.
Okay.
Currently, Oktoberfest is taking place. I'm here on behalf of Roman and presenting Robco. So our claim is building the UI path of the physical world. So if you look at the situation of our potential client base, you see pictures like this. 2.2 million people will be missed at shop floors alone in the US, alone at industrial SMBs until 2025. As of today, we're talking roughly about 700K people that are already missed. The other ingredient of that toxic cocktail is that as of now, 90% of the industrial tasks are not yet automated. So that means that all the tasks are pretty labor intensive and taking place similar to pictures that you now see here on that slide. And the reason why specifically our target group, the SMBs of this world, industrial SMBs of this world, have not been very successful in automating their production and shop floors is for three things. The solutions are pretty complex. So basically deployment processes are super lengthy. It takes often more than 6 months. They're also super expensive. So typically you have a 6-digit amount of $/euro that you need to invest to ultimately get the system deployed at your shop floor. And then the devices itself, the robot solutions are pretty inflexible. So basically static devices, very heavy code-based software that they use. Robco's ambition is now really to solve those problems by introducing an end-to-end robot automation solution. As you see here on the slide, automated, we are the first provider of a fully modular robot solution. Our robots are pre-programmed to really basically execute pretty common tasks out of the box. And our ambition is now that we already achieved at a couple of clients to offer them a deployment in less than 1 day, and distinctly also with an instant ROI. The technology that we are using, so basically the modular robot kit from a hardware perspective, but also the software, cloud-based software platform, is unique and also patented. So we own all the relevant IP, which is also protected. We have a pretty strong sales traction. So the company is 2 years old. The robot is certified since February this year. We have now 24 robots sold and in the field. We have a revenue run rate of this year of 1.2 million euros, and additionally 2.25 million contracted value with our partners/system integrators across the globe. As of today, we also have a 7 million weighted pipeline until the end of 2023 to achieve our goals this year and next year. If you look at the market, I mean, the SMB space is pretty big. We see alone in the US and Europe 400+ billion market potential for our specific use cases. And if you look at the margins that we can offer, we see gross margins of 80%+. This is linked to our mandatory recurring revenue model. So we always have in all of our different pricing options a recurring revenue component, be it in a robot as a service model where you basically rent the whole hardware and software, or if the clients would rather prefer to buy the hardware, they still are renting the software on a typical SaaS model. That's the reason why we really are able and confident to build up here a long-lasting and very economically attractive business model. That's in a nutshell. So here the picture of Roman. I'm on behalf of him here again. He's the founder and CEO. I'm happy to take all your questions and looking forward to the discussion.
Thank you so much. Dear judges, I see the first question from Alexander.
Roman, do you have any revenue now?
Yeah. we already have revenue in place, and we aim to target 1.2, 1.3 million revenue by end of this year for the entire year.
And have you raised a round before?
Yeah, we've done a seed round before and have a couple of angels on the cap table, and now we're looking for a Series A.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from Kelly Lua.
A great presentation. So my question is, can you explain your go-to-market strategies?
Yeah, basically we have two different sales channels. One is direct sale. This started right at the beginning. I mean, our typical target companies are, as we call the mini Foxconns of this world. Specifically, we have a lot of them here in Germany where we are based. And I mean, they are characterized by this, what we call sort of hidden champion character, very decisive when it comes to purchase decisions. So that's one sales channel that we directly approach our clients, because ultimately, as I presented, we offer that end-to-end solution. And then we have a second sales channel, what we call partner channel. Basically, where typical system integrators are becoming a part of the equation here, where we partner up with them, for example, in geographies where we are not able to serve right now. We do also have international partners in three other countries. And then also, for example, to fulfill client-specific needs where they have specific use cases that we are currently not willing to cover from a focus standpoint. And by the way, I mean, just made us also proud. We made our first direct sales also to the US last week, fully digital without any physical touch point. We have pretty solid track record in that sense.
Great, congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have time for a quick question from Gaia, please.
Thank you, Julia. Roman, really great presentation, interesting concept, especially that you're answering the complexity and cost efficiency in regards to offline devices that are currently in the market. So in that sense, can you tell us a bit more about your competitive landscape and your competitive advantage as well?
Yeah, the typically competitive landscapes consist out of basically what we call the pure component supplier, right? So they have the robot arm, like the URs of this world, for example, and then you have those kind of system integrators. They're very like geographically focused, basically, so not very scalable. You don't find any sort of system integrator in the world acting for an entire company, and therefore we basically combine those two worlds, right, with our end-to-end solution and offer that solution for the end client to make that deployment process super lean and efficient and to overcome the hurdles.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sorry, we are out of time. I see questions that was from our business angel, so please proceed in chat. And I would like to invite our next presenter, Startup Delivery Couple, and Sergey, the floor is yours. Yeah, I see your screen sharing properly. So if you're ready, you can start. But I can hear you. You are muted.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sergey. Everyone is familiar with food delivery apps like Uber Eats or Glovo. We can split up the food delivery process into phases. The first one, you need to place an order in your mobile app. The second one, someone has to deliver the food to your address. And this delivery phase is the most expensive because of the labor cost, because of the operational cost, you need to hire and manage people, and because of the equipment cost. And you know what the funny thing about that? That no one wants to pay for it. 80% of customers don't want to pay delivery fee. There are already tons of software developed to automate the first phase, but there are not really many companies who automated the delivery phase at scale. So meet Matthew and Katie, the food delivery robots who moves on sidewalks and bike paths. They are not afraid of rain, snow, or curbs. They could carry 6 pizzas at the same time, and they have built-in heating. We have to grow fast. That's why we would like to take advantages of existing ecosystem like Uber Eats or Glovo. And we have to be plug-and-play solution with unlimited source of cost-efficient couriers for marketplaces like Uber Eats or Glovo and food delivery logistic companies. In this emerging market, we need only 1.6% of market share in order to generate 1 billion of revenue yearly. While we solve the same problems as competitors do, we learned not only on own, but on the mistakes of others. That's why we have different business model, we have different customer segment, and we needed, with the help of this, we needed only 8 months to go from the product development to the market, and we spent only 35,000 euro. All the hardware and big part of software developed internally with the great people who are vice champion of global competition of robotics, the second-time founder, and the rest of the team who have great expertise in their areas. From the product launch, we grew up by 1,150%. We operate in 2 cities with 6 robots and have signed strategic contracts to grow faster. We have 2 revenue streams, robot rental and ads revenue. And in the next 16 months, we would like to improve unit economics net profit to launch our product in Germany and UK and achieve break-even point. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergey. You're very punctual. Dear judges, please, your questions. Jan, Walid.
I think great presentation and well-articulated solution to specific problem. Although 2 weeks ago I was in Estonia, in Italy, and I've experienced Starship, a bit here and there. Couple of issues that I would like to know how you would address is that, the charging, the sort of the bots for dispatching, the couple of issues that has not been sorted out properly by other fellow competitors you have. I would like to know about your competitive advantage against those couple of other players, and how are you going to address those challenges?
Yeah, so if you are talking about the Starship, this is the biggest player, and they have done the great job. The Starship has own mobile app, like marketplace, so they food delivery app with the robots. So what we would like to do, we would like to take advantage of existing ecosystem, like Uber Eats or Glovo. So for example, takeaway.com have own logistics centers in each city, and we would like to put our robots on the side of their e-bikes, for example. So they have all infrastructure, what needed for charging, storing, and letting the robots to go to do their job.
Thank you. The next question is from Alexander.
Yeah, my question is, if in the end there will be a lot of such kind of robots on pavement, how people can walk on sidewalks?
Yeah, really good question. So look, that's one of the things which government needs to be regulating soon. Yeah, definitely. If there will be a lot of robots, that would be a problem. But robot is one of the alternatives for a food delivery. When we work with our partners, usually they use cars, scooters, and robots. And depending on the length of the delivery, they choose the transport they need. For example, one of the cities in Poland is closed for the cars. So that's where robots are coming in play. But once they deliver it out of the closed area, then car driver picks up the order and then goes to the client directly. So that's how it looks like.
And short question about the traction. Do you have revenue?
Yeah, we have a revenue. Yeah, we piloted in 4 cities, and now we have commercial deployments in 2 cities, and we already generating the revenue.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we do not have time to proceed, so please use chat to ask questions to Sergey. Thank you so much for the presentation. And I'm inviting our next presenter, Alex Schulman, and Startup Saka Division from Israel. If you're ready, we can start.
Yes.
You're unmuted.
Hi, Yulia. Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me. It is a big pleasure. My name is Alex Schulman, the co-founder and the CEO of Saket Vision. As you said, we're based out of Israel. We developed the best quality inspection solution for precise manufacturing, fast and robust solution that can be deployed in minutes by factory technicians. Today, quality inspection, faults prevention in precise manufacturing may cost up to 9% of revenues. Just imagine $1 of $10 in revenues. To a large extent, it is because existing machine vision solutions often require long application-specific development, complex integration, and in general, significant efforts to get reliable results. Those indirect costs are typically 4 to 5 times larger than direct costs of components. We want to make quality inspection more affordable with the most flexible machine vision solution for three-dimensional inspection that can be instantly deployed by factory technicians. We are happy that in less than 2 years, we were recognized by professionals and started the deployment of our solution in the manufacturing floor. Our unique three-dimensional sensor imitates human vision. We focus on important locations while ignoring non-important locations, and by that we achieve the highest possible image quality in regions of interest. And we also develop a software for fully autonomous inspection setup directly from the CAD model. So just imagine the operator or the engineer can take the CAD model, point out what needs to be inspected, and from that, our hardware and software will do everything automatically. Part of our value proposition shall be dramatic improvement in time to solution. We expect to cut it by 80%. As a result, we will dramatically reduce costs for system integrators and for end customers. Integrators refer to our solution as different category, not simply better or faster than existing sensors. We sell our products, as I mentioned, via system integrators, and it helps us achieving better scalability. The business model is a combination of hardware sales or lease, software annual subscription, and cloud-based services. We launched our first product just this year, started repeated sales following several successful pilots. We partnered with our first integrator in Europe, and together we just announced the sale of multiple systems to one of the world's largest industrial companies. Recently, we also completed the integration with one of the world's top robotic companies. With additional partners and customers in pipeline, we expect to reach approximately $400,000 in revenues in 2023. This year, we will finish with $120,000 in revenues. We address the fast-growing inspection and manufacturing analytics market. Serviceable market for us is over $7 billion. Out of that, $2 billion in online machine vision solutions and an upside in process control and data analytics market.
Thank you, Alex. I have to interrupt you. We're very sorry. We're out of time. Apologize. Let's proceed during the Q&A. Dear judges, your questions to Alex.
Alex, this is Jordan. Well done. Can you give me in 3 or 4 concise bullets what makes your solution better other than speed of assembly and deployment?
So we have actually a patent pending technology. It's a different way to different approach to three-dimensional inspection. We use a tiny MEMS mirror inside our camera, and this allows us to create absolutely flexible illumination, which can be different in different locations in the field of view. Unlike any other camera that you may imagine, we can actually create a different three-dimensional image for different portions of the field of view.
So it's in the camera and the check. Cost?
It's in the camera and in this in the software, in algorithms. The cost is comparable, a little bit higher than competing solutions. However, since we are avoiding robots because we move the light, we don't need to move the sensor to scan with the sensor, so we save up quite a lot of the integration effort. And by shortening the time, we significantly improve the availability of inspection, especially for high-mix manufacturing environment.
Yeah, and short answers, what's the forecast for revenue in 23 and 24?
23, the forecast is 400 million, $400,000. For 2024 to around $2 million.
Okay, just last question. Why so little? The growth is very tiny. How come?
We are still part of the, we just released the MVP.
Yes, sir.
And we are currently focused on relatively small niches, and we are developing, still in the development mode for the next generation, which will take us to the larger market.
Got it. You know, for a unicorn type company, would love to see substantially faster rate of growth, but that's your business. Thank you. Well done, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have 30 seconds for question from Kelly. Kelly?
Alex, that's a great presentation.
Thank you.
So my question is regarding more technical, because we invested some of the very similar project, and one of the problem is for two important factors for this kind of 3D machine vision system. One is sensitivity and another is resolution. Can you elaborate a little bit about the competitive advantage over these two factors?
So that's a great question. This is exactly what we're looking at. By being able to focus on smaller regions with high resolution, we're actually able to improve the quality of the solution locally. And also we have some very proprietary technique for inspecting of shiny metal material, which is a significant problem for manufacturing.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Alex, for your presentation. And I'm inviting our next presenter, Startup Season from Denmark, Christopher.
Let's see if I can get it up on the screen. There we go.
Yeah, and full screen, please. Yeah, now, perfect.
Sure.
You can start.
Hey everybody, my name is Christopher. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Seasony, and we enable indoor farming with robotics. So we are in a global food crisis, if you didn't know. We need to produce 60% more food over the next 30 years to be able to feed the 10 billion people we're going to be. And controlled environment agriculture provides a sustainable way to actually grow the amount of food that we need at a less footprint and with less climate impact. And a subset of this is called vertical farming. And vertical farming is growing really rapidly, about 25% a year, and it's actually praised as the next infrastructure investment category. But CapEx and labor cost levels are holding back the massive potential. And a typical process in a vertical farm takes about 30 days from seeding to harvesting. And in between, there is a lot of moving operations, which today is done by typically a person in a scissor lift. This is how we solve it. This is how we make vertical farming profitable and scalable. We do this through our autonomous mobile robot we call Watney. And Watney handles all the logistics in a vertical farm, as well as we're in there, we might as well take a whole lot of data readings from everywhere in the facility to be able to give back yield estimations and yield improvements to the farmer. And we do everything through a sleek and easy to use web app. So this is the customer facing unit that basically gives the robots routines. You're able to plan your day just like you would with a normal worker. And this is also where we keep increasing value for the farmers through the data and insights. So basically, we provide value on 3 different fronts. First of all, is labor cost savings for the people you don't need in the production anymore. On the logistics side. And then, of course, a lot more data collection to be able to estimate how much you're producing and actually provide insights back to the farmer on how to improve that production. And lastly, we are a modular platform. So that means that we're focusing very much on being the best mobile robot for the vertical farms. Then we provide some standard logistics modules, but we basically provide an ecosystem of partners that can add their solution on top of ours, and it could be robotic arms for harvesting berries and pruning plants and pollinating and so on. And it can also be very simple things like UVC disinfecting of surfaces. And it's quite easy to get started. So basically, you have a robotics as a service agreement where we offer this solution at 25,000 euros per year per robot. And then through our software, we're able to provide more and more value over time on a per square meter model. And we're actually just live 2 months ago in the first customer site. So we're live with 2 robots in a Norwegian farm. And we have a strong pipeline taking us well into 2025. And through the last year and a half, we've been using what is called a customer advisory board to get all the insights to make sure that we're actually building just the right thing for just the right customers. And we're a team of 3 co-founders and have been joined by a bunch of smart people, a couple of PhDs in robotics and a couple of mechanical engineers, software developers, and we'd actually just onboarded our first commercial hire, head of strategy with 8 years in Bain & Company in consulting. And finding key people is one of our biggest strengths on our investor team. We have, industry and commercial leaders, as well as robotics founders, the founder of Mobile Industrial Robots, as well as strong software founders all around. And as I mentioned, we're just live now with the first robot. This is what we call our 0 series. And now we're doing all the improvements that we need to basically take this to the mass market.
Thank you, Christopher. Thank you so much. Dear judges, your questions? Yeah, Walid.
Yeah, great presentation. I think it addressed a very interesting problem, as well as it sounds like a bit future-proof, at least for the 10, 15 years ahead. I'd like to ask about the competition. If there are any competitors on the landscape right now, and how are you addressing or differentiating yourself from those competitors?
Sure. So what we actually see the most is the more what we call conventional automation solutions like ASRS systems, vertical lift modules, and stuff like that. Basically, projects you build up around your farm. And these are, of course, quite CapEx heavy. They have been working for decades and decades, and they're fast, but they're just too expensive to have on this slow turnover inventory. So in vertical farming or indoor farming in general, you have these turnover times of about a month. And these types of systems that we see the most are mostly used in retail for high turnover items like milks and eggs and the stuff you turn over in 3 days. But we've actually seen a couple of vertical farms use AGV forklifts, also with not very high success. It's actually one of the ones we're turning into our customer now. Arguments is, again, high price because it's designed for something else. It's designed for a ton or 2 in a warehouse with pallets of sodas. And in indoor farming, we see payloads go no further than 150 kilos. So we actually dimensioned ours to about 300 kilograms as the top. So that means we can provide a lighter structure, a cheaper structure, and then also designed for indoor farming. So high humidity environments, and also with the right sensors to be able to provide that extra value.
So for vertical and hydroponic, you're the only player in the market right now, a specific player.
Yeah, we haven't really seen anybody that's quite like us. We've seen some examples of warehouse automation being used in this type of indoor farming. Of course, when you go to the greenhouse sector, there are a couple of players that have these mobile robots in use, but not in the vertical farming space as we see now. And there's also a lot of potential for us in the future, particularly in the greenhouse sector where it's taller plants like tomatoes and cucumbers and all of these types of production, and cannabis as well. I just today came back from a cannabis farm to take a look at that. So that's also an interesting space for us.
Thank you so much. I have to interrupt you because we are out of time. Dear judges, please proceed in chat. My apologize. Thank you, Christopher.
Sure.
Julia, I just want to express my concern. All men, no women on your team. What's up with that?
Yeah,
What's
it's
going on?
it's we are trying to quite heavily. It's difficult to get some robotics ladies to join, but we're trying heavily. But our chair of the board is a woman, Barbara. I talk to her every day, and she's the best.
Thank you so much. Really, the specific is hard. Thank you so much, Christopher. I would like to invite our next presenter, startup Tabby Learning Technologies, and David, startup from Israel. Are you with us? Yeah, I see your screen sharing, and please presenters mode. And unmute yourself. I cannot hear you. Please unmute.
Yeah, sorry. Now you can hear me?
Yeah, now I can
Right.
hear you. If
Hello,
you're ready,
everybody.
you can start.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm David, founder and CEO of Tabby Learning Technologies. I came to discuss with you about a very simple and basic fundamental topic called literacy. It seems that it's not as literally as we think it is. On a larger scale, if you want to measure GDP and human capital development of, if you're narrated of any humanity, ask yourself two major questions. First, how much do they read and how much do they write? And if you want to measure human intelligence, ask yourself, how much do you read? If you want to measure cognitive skills, ask yourself, how much do you write? We are in an era where we are facing a very, very significant decrease in reading and writing, especially among young generation. And the question why should bother, I guess, every government entity, any parent, and every individual. It seems that visual stress is the element that is most ignored in this aspect, and not because it's uncommon, but we live under the illusion that vision is a very simple factor. And we should all bear in mind that we are all on that spectrum, and it's just a matter of awareness. And unfortunately, technology has not been succeeded yet to minimize the distractions and create an, say, universal platform to deal with reading and writing challenges. And as the syndromes appear to be painfully and undefined, and painfully as undefined tiredness, fatigue, eye pains, dizziness, hard to concentrate, we discovered that these symptoms are endless and unfortunately very, very subjective. So to try to minimize these challenges, Tabby has designed a very unique technology based on e-paper, color display with eye tracking system, a combination that helps us to learn the eye behavior automatically and adjust the display data based on the visual difficulty. This is the major concept. The technology lies on three major sessions. First is we make the display calibration, or we analyze, actually we diagnose the visual difficulty. Second, we monitor and we learn as we go, and then we do the personalization based on the difficulty. So it's 3 sessions. The opportunity lies on 2 main markets, the consumer market and education. We already developed 3 hub models for a consumer, and we are very close to execute go-to-market. Education, we still need to develop its unique hardware and software. We tested along 3 years among 200 schools, 150,000 students in Israel, in US, and in Europe, and the results were phenomenally impressive. I mean, while testing that, what we have seen the before and after, we started personalizing it on total heterogenic environment. That means we are totally agnostic to the type of students, type of schools, etc. What we have seen is that our personalization improved the visual focus, cognitive skills, and improved confidence. Bottom line, the self-esteem of the student was way up to the sky. And we tested mostly on K-8 students. Tabby is not Ulrika found it. It took us over a decade to study and make a research with the leading academic institutions. As I mentioned, we already have 3 models in production, ready for mass production. We have an ODM in our Chinese factory powerhouse. It, as I mentioned, it's fully scaled and successfully tested in 3 languages: Hebrew, Arabic, and English, right to left, left to right, to test all the functionalities. And 2, we have 2 patents pending submitted.
I'm sorry, David, for interrupting. It's time for Q&A because we out of time for pitching. Sorry. So let's reveal curious details during the Q&A session, dear judges, please. I see a first question from Alexander.
Can you please tell us once more about the product, because I personally did not understand. In fact.
That's the product. It's actually a learning platform that which is practically the future school backpack, which personalizes the entire literacy based on visual difficulty. That means we are a platform, a learning platform, in which consolidates the entire literacy and personalizes to your visual difficulties. In other words, in every learning environment, all right, everybody gets the same story, and it's just you just get it personally based on visualized based on your visual difficulty.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jordan. Please, your question.
So this is a test for you. Boker Tov, good morning, and Sabah al Khair. Which is which?
Actually, I speak all 3 languages, but try to
tell me about your traction, sir. Give me your traction in terms of product, in terms of revenue, in terms of customer potential, please.
All right. We are about to sign the first contract with a leading institution in Israel. They have 100,000 students. We are about to close the first deal, 5,000 units. And we already prepared the go-to-market plan and see the market traction on the consumer market. The major leading players in the consumer market are mostly familiar with us, such as Onyx and Remarkable. They are, if we review the evolution of e-readers, we have the e-reader of Amazon Kindle. Then you have Remarkable for e-writer and Onyx. We are actually the next generation, which personalizes everything based on your visual needs.
Thank you so much. Thank you, David. It was Startup Tabi Learning Technologies. Thanks for your pitch. And I'm inviting our next presenter, Startup FLX Solution from the United States, and Matt Bilski. Yeah, I see your screen sharing. If you're ready, we can start.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Bilski, an inventor turned contractor turned mechanical engineering professor. I founded Flex Solutions out of my own frustrations on the job site. Our team has spoken to hundreds of stakeholders across the construction and maintenance landscape. In their own way, they all describe the exact same problem. They can't get where they need to work and safely do what they need to do, something I experienced firsthand as a contractor and licensed professional engineer. What we learned is that just like distribution has the last mile problem, in inspection and maintenance, it's the last meter problem. Performing inspections in difficult to access places is dangerous and expensive. So when they are happening, they can cost twice as much and put workers in danger. But oftentimes they're skipped, leading to costly downtimes, failures, and project cost overruns on the order of 20%. Our solution is the FlexBot. The FlexBot is a modular snake-like robot, 1 inch in diameter, that's designed to fit into tight spaces to inspect, map, and then perform the required maintenance. Every FlexBot link is identical and packed full of sensors, including a camera and light. Combining multiple links with our patented extension and rotation mechanisms is what makes a FlexBot, and different end effectors can be easily interchanged, like spray nozzles, grippers, specialty cameras, even drills. Anyone can use the FlexBot. It's designed to be used without the need for specific training. It's a collaborative robot or cobot that a worker simply inserts into a space, and the FlexBot automatically detects and bends to avoid the obstacles. Here's an example use case learned from our construction partners. After buying an existing building, it's necessary to map and inspect the structure to plan improvements and identify deficiencies. A FlexBot can be used in the ceiling by workers such as structural engineers to map and inspect all the nooks and crannies without disturbing the occupants and without the damage to the structure. That's the power of the FlexBot. At Flex Solutions, we're offering cutting-edge robotics at power tool prices, allowing them to be mass deployed across entire fleets. And since every link is identical, users can add or remove as needed. We're playing in some multi-trillion-dollar markets like building construction, utilities, and infrastructure management, and have received inbound interest from dozens of multi-billion-dollar companies who are beginning demos and pilots with this fall. Here's some more exciting news. We were awarded top honors in the 2021 Most Fundable Companies competition, in addition to other great awards. And actually, I'm going to be next week inspecting an aircraft carrier for the Navy. We also partnered with Gensler, the world's largest architecture firm, Lamar AI, and Skyline Capital Builders to form Team Unified Retrofits, one of 3 winners in the $2 million Department of Energy eRobot Prize for minimally invasive building envelope upgrade technologies for building efficiency. I'm excited to be joined by the rest of our team who have worked at leading organizations before joining Flex and are deeply passionate about solving real problems with mass deployable robotic solutions. Thanks again for your time, and I look forward to answering your questions.
Thank you so much. I see first question from Vivian, please.
Thanks for your presentation, Matt, and it's good to see the evolution of your product. One thing with construction is the go-to-market because the landscape is so fragmented. So how are you dealing with that? And what is your business model when it comes to selling this to the customers?
Yeah, that's a great question. So right now we're focused mainly on B to large B. So we're not trying to attack initially the Joe and Jane contractors, although at some point we can scale to that Home Depot Lowe's price point. Right now working with the major players, $500 million plus, who have in-house innovation arms and can actually help us deploy to these organizations. And then in terms of our business model, we look at it twofold. One, because our hardware scales from thousands down to hundreds, we can actually look towards the software, it's the user experience, the integration of things like that, that we're able to have users subscribe to. So you're able to essentially, oh, you subscribe to the data for 12, 24 months, we can include a FlexBot with that. But then again, if there's folks that want to use the FlexBot and integrate it into another system, we'd be happy to provide them the hardware directly.
And when you talk about integrations, what kind of integrations do you have? Are you talking about integrations with BIM models or to Procore, or what databases do you integrate with?
Yeah, so we're an early stage company right now. So we're looking to, through these partnerships, integrate with their existing BIM systems that they're using, and then also adding value add. So for things like structural engineers, where they need to be able to measure, getting that data and then exporting it into the systems they're already using without them having to shop for each vendor individually.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question from Walid, please.
I will pass. It is the same question as Vivian asked about the business model. Give an opportunity to other.
Yeah, so please go, Rob.
Matt, I'm not sure about your go-to-market strategy. Yeah, the construction industry already has tons of applications of robotics, right? From demolitions to the particular space that you are operating in. How do you compete with the existing competition? What are you doing different? One. Second, I think from a pricing perspective, this is going to be very sensitive. Could you throw some light on both of these aspects?
Yeah, so from one perspective, we're focused on enabling the workers. So it's more of a tool in their workbox, so a smart tool that's a robotic system. And so they're able to use this in a way that we're not trying to automate things independent. We're trying to get these workers that know what they have to do, enable them to do it. And then in terms of pricing, we're at an order of magnitude less than most robotic solutions, starting at a few grand, going down to hundreds, where you could actually mass deploy these. Because a hidden cost in construction is truck roll. If you don't already have it with you, every time you have to go and get something or come back another time, it really adds to those costs. So the ability to actually have these deployed across an entire fleet is something that we're not seeing in other construction robotics.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt, for the presentation. I'm sorry we are out of time. Please proceed with your questions in chat. And I'm inviting our next presenter, Startup Capsule Lab from Israel. Gal, please tell me when you're ready to start.
Yeah, I am ready. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I can see your screen. You can start.
So hi, everyone. I'm Gal from Israel. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Capsule Lab, and we started the company like 3 years ago from the basic idea of making a full production process of any CPG product inside the capsule. It's basically the Nespresso of everything. Everything means any cosmetics, toiletics, hair coloring, hair products, food supplements, pharma, and even food additives in many ways. Our solution is based on the needs of the mega trends of freshness, protect the ingredients and decrease the use of preservatives, also supporting natural products which are not fake natural, but real natural product, and most important, custom and personalized product, which is the biggest mega trend. Some assumptions talk about 25%, 35% of the market is going to go to personalization, and there is no real solution today for production on the spot of this product. I will show you a short, very short movie of how technology works. We have some configurations of machine and capsule. The capsule holds all the raw materials inside, and it's only one button operation. Our platform is communicating with the machine and also the capsules for real-time customization, and it's less than a minute for preparation of any product that I mentioned before. Since we are using the production inside defined capsule, there is no need for cleaning, no setup, no need for inventory management, no maintenance, nothing. Just one button, less than a minute, and you have your fresh and personalized product ready. The platform is communicating with the machines and the capsule by RFID tag, also with the specific ingredients that are put inside the capsule, also by Bluetooth and also by Wi-Fi, providing the brand to get their dashboards info about each user, what kind of product he used, when, and what his preferences. Today, we are working already in the beauty industry, air care industry, also perfumes and dental. Until the end of the year, we are going to work also with food, superfood industry, dietary supplements, and also pharma. The reason that we are working that wide and not focusing in just one segment is that we have the same platform that supports everyone. So we don't need to make a lot of effort for a proof of concept with other industries. Our partners' business model is based on low profit margins of machine and high profit margins of capsules. And we work also B2B, like with professional consumers, also suitable for own consumers, even though that we haven't yet started working with them. As I said, the biggest trends are the clean and natural, broken supply chain that we actually save by giving them a factory in a capsule, only making the products from raw materials in real time, and the personalization. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you so much. Dear judges, please, your question. Victor, yeah.
Hi, Gal. Victor here. Great gadget there. Please do share a little bit on how you're tackling the consumer behavior change. This would be quite a hassle, a lot of back and forth. Do you have any key strategies?
Of course, when Nespresso started, the capsule market in coffee consumers were marginal, and today it's 25% of the market, 25%. So we don't need much to educate the market because we have already competitors. All of them try to minimize the chemical plant, supporting real-time customization and real-time fresh preparation, but none of them thought about the basic idea of placing a mixer inside the capsule. So we are the only one that have the simplicity, zero maintenance, and immediate, also on suitability.
Thank you. Dear Jordan, please.
Well done, Gil. I'm like the other person. I don't think the the coffee market is analogous to what you're doing elsewhere. So I'm a bit challenged there. Are you strictly B2C or B2B2C? And when do you switch to a B2B2C? Because you most likely get there.
We are focused today only on B2B, since our capabilities today to support tens of thousands of machines are not there yet.
Okay.
So we are working B2B, and it's easier for us from the regulation side. We manage to do all the contracts when the other side is responsible for the filling of the capsules and the responsibility of the quality of the final product.
Got it. One last question. How friendly is the capsule to the environment? Because that's becoming a big deal with a lot of...
All of them are usable, except the little 3% of the ampules with the active ingredients. All the capsules are reusable, and that's what we are doing today. We are using all of them. So it's basically more like a cartridge, not a capsule that can be filled again and again.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Gal. Thank you so much for your presentation. It was Startup Capsule Lab. And I'm inviting our next presenter, startup from the USA, Roman Aerospace, and Thomas. Yeah, I see your screen. Please present your remote. And yeah, let's go.
Awesome. Great. Really happy to be here today and appreciate the opportunity to talk about our safe autonomous future skies and drones and autonomous systems. So I'm Tom, CEO of Roman Aerospace. Hello from sunny Los Angeles. Right now, drones and autonomous VTOL flight vehicles are doing some very impressive, very amazing, helpful things that can save a lot of lives and deliver emergency medical supplies, but they're not ready to scale up. Here in the US, the average person gets 21 packages per year, and there's an amazing last mile delivery market that drones can really, really help and makes amazing cost savings in. But there's a problem. Right now, drones are flying blind. A drone's first flight is just as safe or just as dangerous as that drone's first flight. So drones cannot learn over time. They can't remember where they've flown or what they've done, and they can't get better and safer over time. Even advanced drones with sensors still will get some distance measures or measurements around them, but they won't improve over time to become the safe, trustworthy autonomous vehicles that we need for them to scale out and reach that massive last mile cargo delivery market. To get around this, some firms in the US are literally building watchtowers in their parking lots to keep their eyes on the drone, to follow regulations where drones have to have visual line of sight during operations. So what is our solution to this? Our solution is a software download to the drone using the most common commercial drone software stack with a cloud backend. What our system does is it lets the drones share and store their flight data and share and store what their cameras see so that they can create visual spatial maps of flight areas. These visual spatial maps of flight areas are distributed to other drones that fly through such an area so that they can know what they're about to get into when they're flying. And what this does is it gives them the needed safety systems and environmental perception and awareness systems so that one, they can functionally be safe and make good autonomous decisions, and two, the FAA and the regulatory bodies can trust them to be safe for autonomous flight over people. So our go-to-market plan starts with getting our software onto customers' drones and generating revenue, over 450K revenue to date. Our software downloads to their drone in the most common commercial operating stack. And then that gives us the perfect opportunity to onboard them to our cloud for safe autonomous skies. We have a pilot program set up for an aerial highway system in Florida. I won't go into the details on the market size, but everyone knows here how impactful and huge the robotics space is, and the amount of money that Amazon and Walmart and Google have invested into the last mile cargo delivery is massive. So we see our system as the software platform that can enable all of that to scale out. So it is a software download with a cloud subscription, so it's perfect for a subscription business model. We have a great team with experience at NASA, at Caltech, in autonomy and robotics. And lastly, I'd like to tell you about a future with Roman, is a future where the drones know where they are, and they're safe for commercial operations. Some of the people that could be considered competitors in the airspace world and the drone autonomy world are actually phenomenal partners. And we already have a pilot program set up with an aerial highway company in Florida. So we're really excited about our shared memory and shared vision system for drones deployable through software. Would love to talk more details later and hopefully to present in the future. My email's at the bottom, so please give a shout and I'll reach out to you guys on LinkedIn as well. So happy to hear questions.
Thank you so much, Thomas. I see the first question from Alexander.
Who are your clients today? Because you already have revenue, as I understand.
Yeah. So we have a few clients that are working in the drone delivery space. They need their drones to be stable during flight. And so our control algorithms help their drones be stable and work well during flight. They also need to hover in place and lower a payload to the ground. And we have an advanced control stabilization system we've been working on with Caltech that lets a drone hover in place and lower a payload on a tether to a precise drop zone. You want to deliver to a tight driveway between trees, you want to deliver to a tight rooftop. What you have to do is balance the swing of that hanging payload. So our technology automatically keeps the drone moving around to keep that tethered payload at exactly stable. So we're setting up licensing agreements now and getting our software onto their system for the last mile of last mile. And then we have our software on all their drones while we finish working with the FAA on pushing the regulation through. So they're in a prime spot to then start subscribing to our cloud that gives the safety requirements needed for autonomous operations beyond line of sight.
But can you tell just a few words about the clients? What they sell, what they deliver?
The clients are drone companies that either build a number of their own drones to perform cargo delivery services. And they're also customers that use other people's drones to perform logistics services. So our software supports both of those two customers.
Okay, thank you very much.
And then another key customer segment are power line inspections. Power line inspections are a great space for first deployment of drone flight beyond line of sight. And our system lets the drones fly beyond line of sight and track the power lines visually. So inspection with drones of power lines and oil pipelines is another one of our first key customer segments.
Thank you so much. Thank you, dear judges. I'm sorry we are out of time. Please proceed in chat. It was Startup Roman Aerospace. And we have our last but not the least startup, Clean Light. It's startup from Chile. And I'm inviting Jordan to present, please.
Thank you very much. My name is Christian. I'm representing Jordan today. I will share my screen. 1 second. Hello, everybody. My name is Christian. I'm from Cleanlight. We're a Chilean company that we help industries to adopt renewable energy. Basically, we help industries, mining companies, construction companies, among others, to easily integrate solar energy to their operation, to foresee and to focus on operational continuity. There you go. So what are the problems that we see today? We have a problem, or these industries have a problem with renewable energy adoption because many times it's difficult to use. And we see a lack of alternatives in terms of a specific use for this operation. Most of these industries rely on diesel-based generation for energy that are very dangerous, are fuel dependent, and of course, dirty. So we have developed our first solution focusing on mining companies and construction companies, which is a portable solar lighting tower that is used in most of the areas and places where companies have a construction sites and operation. These portable solar towers, we have developed not only one, but many different versions of it in solution of what our customers already are telling us. And we have developed them not only in Chile, but also in other countries in Latin America. But why we are better? Because we have an optimized design of the tower. We have a proprietary, our own technology that delivers the solar output and the electronic design. A high performance, which is a product that is really focusing on Latin American market at this stage. Our business model, focusing on the business to business side, we sell directly these products to mining companies, construction, and other industries with an average direct margin of 60%. We see a great market opportunity. Renewable energy, and specifically solar energy, is growing fast. We all know that. And we have had a lot of traction on the previous year. We're kind of a young company, and we're trying to achieve this year, so far, 10 million in revenues. Where we're going for the following years, we started in Chile. We are already opening operation in Peru, Colombia, and Latin America in general. And we want to expand our business to the US and then to Europe and rest of the world. Of course, we have a great team. We are around 100 team people, led by Jordan, myself, and industry experts, commercial business developers, and technicians. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Christian. You was just in time. And I see the first question from Gabriel.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Christian. Very, very interesting. Just curious about your technology. Is this, correct me if I'm wrong, photovoltaic, or is the concentration solar power, the CSP technology that you concentrate and then store the heat? Or just correct me if I'm wrong, which are you going? Yeah.
Sure. No, we use photovoltaics. Our towers and products in general have batteries, so we check the sun through photovoltaics and store it in the batteries.
All right, all right. So the funding will be basically to expand the technology, right? Or that's growing organically?
Today it's growing organically. We have developed a series of different versions of our products that are based, most of our customers are mining companies in Chile. Mining industry is big, and we have all companies have at least one of our solar towers. So we expect to grow the business in the rest of the countries.
All right, thank you, Christian. Let's connect.
Thank you. The next question from Federico, please.
Hi, and congratulations for your startups. Quite wonderful. I have a couple of questions regarding the business model. So how you scale and the production costs related to the solar and also the storage of your lights.
Thank you. Good question. Our plan or our strategy to scale the business is to, in terms of geography, we are building in each country, or at least the bigger country, our own facility for production facility. Basically, what we do is we source different parts from, let's say, photovoltaics, solar panels, etc., and we integrate that locally with our own electronics. So we are replicating that in the different countries. We are already doing this in Peru and Colombia. So it makes sense. It doesn't make sense to export like a lot of space and not value added parts of it. So we are building it locally so we can source the clients locally. And that turned out to be like a good solution.
Thank you. The next question from Jim Thomas, please.
Yeah, if you could just explain, I was hearing energy storage, but then it seemed like it was mostly just directed towards lighting. And that's maybe if you could just give us a little distinction of the, is it one or the other, or is it just lighting related?
Sorry, I don't know if I understood well, but basically the products have, we get the energy from the sun, right, through photovoltaics, and we store that energy in a set of batteries. Depending on the product, could be 10, 15 batteries. So that allowed us to use in this specific case for lighting at night, so the mining industry can have a operational continuity. The mining companies, for example, today, they already use a portable solar tower, but it's based on diesel. So they spend a lot of diesel to do the same that we are offering.
But then you're solving is a lighting problem via solar, right? It's not battery, it's not energy storage and energy distribution. It's just lighting. Is that right?
Yes, right. This is our first business case, which is specifically lighting. We discovered this problem that these companies were already using lighting based on diesel. So we are helping them to replace, in this case, with solar energy.
Great, appreciate it, thanks.
Okay, I'm really sorry to interrupt such exciting conversation, but still we need some time to close the votes. Dear judges, I'm reminding you to finish your voting and maybe to put higher marks to startups.
Oh, come on. Don't influence our judges. They are
biased.
unbeatable. Yes, really great startups. Guys, you can exhale, you can done your job. Now, dear judges, please look at the layout of the startups at our event page. You have 1 minute to finish voting, then the votes will be closed and we'll go one by one categories of judges defining who the winner is. So we'll see how different categories voted, because we very, very often have different categories of judges having different opinions, but the winner can be only one. Who gets the most out of all categories is our winner. And until you finish voting, I have a little something to discuss with you, that I'm a little disappointed on the startups, because I am personally a fan of science fiction. I love reading books and science fiction. And my personal favorite is Robert Heinlein, and he had this wonderful book, The Door into the Summertime or something like that, about this guy who invented this wonderful robot who can do all the job around the house, all the work, laundry, cleaning, doing homework with kids, cooking, dishwashing, everything. I am still waiting. Come on.
That's called husband.
Oh yeah, really? Where do they make husbands like this?
That's the fine one.
Anna, it sounds like you need to pitch this at the next competition.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do the separate event for ideas. What do we all need? Okay, guys. So startups, if you are developing something like this and you need somebody to try it out, I'm right here. So just give me a call and I'll try this robot. Yes, I need something like that. Okay, we have less than 20 seconds to go. I'll put on the music and you will hear the end of music means the end of voting. Please make sure you put marks to the all startups, because it is really essential for our algorithm to work correctly. Okay, music. And our voting is closed. Julia?
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay, wrong button. Okay, our voting is closed. I have to refresh my page, I guess. And internet. Oh, come on. When they will find a way to do internet, that will be a wink of an eye. Okay. So we are ready to see how, we already see how did business angels vote. Very interesting. Aerospace, that's what they need. Safe drones. Okay, and expert board. Sunlight, very interesting. Before we see how did our official judges voted, I would like to talk to them. My dear official judges, Please tell me who is your favorite and why, and maybe some comments. Let's start with Jim Thomas. Aerospace is your favorite or no?
I really get excited about human basic needs. I really appreciated the pitches today. I think if we added them all into one single company, we'd have one heck of a company. But the addressing global food and food shortages, the environmental degradation of our current farming practices aren't keeping up with man. It's so taxing on the planet, and the quicker we move food production indoors and automated, it's better for food. It's better for everybody. So for that reason, seasoning gets my big vote today.
Thank you, Jim, so much. Wonderful. And I see Seljuk has joined us, is our official judge from Turkey. Please meet Seljuk, managing partner at Boza Ventures. Hello, great to see you.
Hi,
have you catched the startups you liked, and who did you point out today?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the robotics and autonomous market. And my previous company, we invest agro robotics company, and it acquired by John Deere. So I agree with the Jim. Maybe the issue, everyone will have a robot in the future, like a mobile phone. So it's a huge market. And the main problem is the timeline. In short time, mid-term, and the long term. Agribusiness, and for example, I suggest the startups follow up for example, Amazon style equations. They acquire iRobot, warehouse, and this is a short-term investment opportunities. The second one is the KUKA styles, short mid-terms, and the long-term is like space and maybe submarine style robotics. I'm also interested in that market. So all the startup is awesome, but depends on the short-term, mid-term. I suggest maybe I choose 5-1. Rocco, Setco, Seasoning, FTX, and Roachman, because I know all the competitive of them very well. They will be for the short term and maybe mid-term. There's a huge opportunity for them. They have to be worked on, and they have to pivot some new opportunities. The main problem is the price, hardware price and sensor prices. Software can solve this problem. Last week, I had another space pitch competition. We are talking the same things. So great job. Congratulations for the startups.
Thank you. Thank you, Seljuk, so much. I just will have to wait, right, for my right robot come to me. And hopefully I will get it eventually. Thank you so much. And Gaurav, who can you mention as startup future unicorn in the robotics and hardware?
So now pretty interesting, right? I'm very intrigued and pleasantly surprised with the expert board results and business angels. My top 2 votes for tonight or today are for Tabby and Second Vision. I think Tabby, what they are trying to do with color display in e-ink can easily outpower Remarkable and others. I think that's a wonderful product and an innovation. And I think with Second Vision, the aspect that they are taking, right, the 3D LiDAR thing, I think that is the need of the hour. Anyone who wants to pioneer, I work with quite a bit of precision manufacturing companies and investors, and I patiently listen to it, to see what Second is doing. I think it will take them little time to commercialize it, but once they are there, their potential in this robotic space is going to be quite significant. And until then, I think Tabby would do well. So these both got my highest marks.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Walid, what can you tell us? In United Arab Emirates, they're looking forward to all those great technologies. Do you have robot yourself at home?
Only the cleaning and mobbing stuff, yeah. I think they've been very good quality. startups that we have seen today, and that's a good job for you and the team. It's been very difficult to figure out, but I would base my output based on the impact on solving a large problem size. And here I would look at Tabi at the first, because concentration, customized education, this heavy books in the back, this is something that has not been changed for decades. Education system needs a revamp. And then after that, second and third choices will be sensory and capsule lab, because those are like really out of the box addressed to really serious issues that we might anticipate facing over the next 5 or 10 years. And I congratulate everybody. I think everybody here is a winner. We've had a difficult job trying to give rating, and looking forward to see everybody, going up to Unicorn and making the impact that they're looking for in the world and for the humanity.
Yes, wonderful. If they all succeed, we'll have a totally beautiful world. I totally agree with you. Kelly, from a woman perspective of view, do you support me? Do we need this robot doing all the job all the women do? Well, sometimes husbands do. I haven't seen this.
Thank you so much for bringing together such a high quality bunch of companies. So for today, I actually have 3 picks. Congratulations to all the startups. You're all winners. So my first choice is Roboco, because the modular end-to-end and software-defined robot automation solution, the market demand is definitely there. And they have some patented technology based on that. And it really depends on their go-to-market, how fast they can attract or go to different markets. And second choice is Clean Light. And back in 2007, I participated in a solar power station project targeted for isolated islands for tourism in Southeast Asia. So affordable energy storage has always been one of the key factors that hindered the solar power development. So if they can do that, definitely the market is bigger than just mining industry. It can expand to other areas as well. And the third choice is Circuit Vision. We invested in some of the companies already, and they have some technical competitive advantage on 2 key factors, which are sensitivity and resolution. So for them, it really depends on how fast they can go to the market and the distribution channel development. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly, for such an substantial feedback. Wonderful. Gabrielle, what do you think? Who will win our unicorn battle today?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm also resonate with the other judges. I mean, all the startups were amazing. Although for me, really resonated Tabi. I think it's a problem that is kind of like underestimated, or we don't talk too much about it. And I think they are approaching in a very complex way this. So I really like Tabi and also Seasony, So those 2, I would say, are kind of like, very, very bold projects. All the projects are very interesting, but those ones really resonated. Yeah, let's see.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alexander. Should we be afraid of robots? You posted on Facebook that robots will conquer the world. Do you really believe this? We had really peaceful startups here.
Yeah, but the robots can change their mind, in a few weeks.
And go crazy?
Really, it's interesting that today judges have so different opinions. This is because probably every startup today is a good startup, and really, I would say I have been astonished really of every startup. So it was hard for me to choose. So I decided just to rate it a bit highly the startups which already have some revenues and some traction. And so this is Roman Aerospace, RoboJuice, and Robco.
Wonderful. Okay. I guess we are ready to see how did official judges as a group voted.
Oh, yeah, let's see.
Mm-hmm. Can you show us, please? Yes. Very interesting. See? And okay, the winner of, oh yeah, I have a music for this. The winner, yeah. Yes, the winner of today's online unicorn battle in robotics and hardware is Roman Aerospace. Save drones for everyone. And that's how we will live. It's like doves, you know, they used to fly with letters, and now will be drones will be flying with letters. And of course, we need those letters to get to everywhere. Congratulations, it's your moment of glory. Speak up. I'm switching off my dashboard.
Thank you so much. We are so thrilled about this and so happy to have had the opportunity to come today and to present. We really see the future, including green autonomous robots to help get cars off the street, save fossil fuels, and add a tremendous amount of value to logistics companies out there. We see this helping on the green front. Literally, one electric company in the US has caused 1,500 forest fires in the past 6 years. And this system, instead of spending $4,000 per day on a helicopter, you can examine the same power lines for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So environmental impacts, green impacts, and super scalability. So we're really excited about this software product that can be downloaded to the most common drone operating system. And we really appreciate the ability to present today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love you. You never stop pitching, right? That's the way to do it. Yeah, never stop pitching because you're passionate about it, and it really feels. I can feel your vibes. That's wonderful. Congratulations! You will be presenting to the whole world at the Unicorn Cup on the 1st December. Get ready. All other startups.
Absolutely.
You are also winners because you passed a long way to get to pitch live, and you had been seen by enormous number of people that will connect you, and you can get in touch with them. And okay, open mic, say whatever you want.
Well,
I really love
congratulations, Roman. Really well done. And one more reason to come to California, because only winners come from California.
We will see if we have a winner from California in our Unicorn Cup. Yeah, it's a long way to go.
In fact, Jordan, we were waiting for winner from California for a very long time, if you remember.
Yes. It will be done.
Hey, Roman, congratulations. And I just one question for you. Security, cybersecurity, because hacking of the drones is not that unusual anymore. You address that, or you need to get in touch with companies that actually address that? If so, let me know and I can put you in touch.
We've had people ask us, okay, your software can help the drone fly more safely, and it's a download to the drone. Can you install your software on someone else's drone without them knowing it? We've had people ask us about this. We can't currently install our software secretly on someone's drone, and we're aware of the cybersecurity aspect. We'd love to connect and get connected through you with some other firms that could support in this aspect. It's on our roadmap, but it hasn't taken the brunt of the focus right now.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
And just a quick one, Roman. And you might have mentioned it briefly, but why do you think Amazon has backed off of this and because of technical challenges or regulatory, or what? If you could talk just a little bit, because obviously they have infinite money. So what is it?
Yeah, so Amazon has backed off their public face of drone delivery in the UK. They spent a good amount of time doing development there. They're actually ramping up on drone delivery in the US. They have, I think, one active pilot program in Texas right now, and they filed some paperwork for some other pilot programs in California. They actually have a system where they'll hover the drone down to about 10 feet and then drop a cargo out of the drone onto the ground. We see that as working decently in these pilot programs. For more scalable solutions, as far as regulations go, having the drone come down to 10 feet above the ground isn't going to work in all cases. So in their next round of deployments in new areas, we see them hovering between 50 and 100 feet, probably 75 to 100 feet, in which case they'll use some of the tether systems that we're developing to put our software onto their system. And then everyone's working on trying to fly beyond line of visual sight. So we see them as as ramping up in the US.
And for like a high-rise apartment building, you would just drop it outside the building, or how would that work?
So the way some fancy apartment buildings have more fancy amenities and others have less amenities, we see the drone cargo delivery and the within 30-minute delivery as being first rolled out as a nice amenity to fancier apartment buildings with rooftop deliveries. Down the road, drones will fly through the city streets, probably staying above 50 feet. In the first rollout of drone cargo delivery in cities, we see a rooftop delivery to fancier luxury apartment buildings as one of the amenities that those buildings can offer.
Got it. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I would like to remind you that our next event will be health tech and biotech. It's also something that everybody likes because to get some additions to our body, to be healthy, to be wise, and live in the 21st century by all the means, it's something we should do. That's what we are here, helping you to find new unicorns. And thank you for coming today. And I'm looking forward to seeing you every Thursday until the 1st of December. Take care. Be inspiring, be creative, make our planet a better place. Thank you.
And Julia, thank you for doing a great job.
Thank you.
Great seeing you guys.
Always great.
Bye,
Bye, Jordan. Thank you. Thank
See you around.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye, Kelly. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.